Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I think the stream is doing okay now. That is good to hear. Feel like a stream now. Yeah, okay, that is good to hear. Hopefully it's not 1 FPS anymore. It doesn't look 1 FPS to me, so... Okay, I'm gonna assume that it's working. So, 60 FPS, you know, that's my favorite number of FPS. There's just something about 60. So, let me just quickly do the math again on what perfect augs can give. So we can actually get reduced attribute requirements, leech mana and leech life. We can also get, those are already accounted, gain life and mana on kill. We can get attack speed, life per enemy hit, and light radius. That is 1000 weight each. Not 6-7. 6-7 is my ops. I don't know if you saw the stream about the wand. We saw 6-7% spell damage like 100 times over. It was so sad, honestly. In the meantime, so that's 3400 weight on the suffixes that was not previously accounted for. Am I missing anything else? I don't think so. Okay, so the actual weight pool that we have is not 2750, it is 7375. So because we're looking for two mods that are 125 weight each, we have 250. Okay, so actually 30 is still mathematically average. So it shouldn't take more than 30. So we already got unlucky. So good news is I can still say we got unlucky. Bad news is that being unlucky does not change the fact that the mod is still missing, so we just keep going. So hello everyone. To whoever did not see what we were doing earlier, we are dextral annulling this blue bow right here until it rolls either crit chance or crit damage on the suffix. And we go again. We're also just perfect augmenting it for the highest chance of tier 1 mods. Getting really unlucky. God damn it. 2 arrows. That is a low weighted mod, but it's not the one we want. Surely this doesn't bankrupt me, right? Okay. So +5 is actually not a bad mod. I guess in theory we could start with it. What is the price of base? I bought this for 1000 div on the trade site. There's currently only 2 of these that exist. The other one is owned by TFT, but the TFT one has 28% quality. The TFT one was also bought for 18 mirrors, so compared to this, it's a lot more, but I mean, hey, this is still a double exceptional, super rare, and yeah. Okay, so if we start with +5, I guess the whittle train just keeps going anyway. So what we do here is we're gonna perfect Regal, additional arrow, okay. Oof +5. Not really oof +5. +5 is actually good because we do want +5 in the finished item. The mods we want on this are crit damage, crit chance, +5, double fizz, and effect of quiver. Either that or hybrid accuracy and fizz. So the thing we're doing now is going to be Sinistral, Ancient Jawbone. We're doing this because we want to roll accuracy. If we roll accuracy on it right now, that means we cannot roll the item level 82 accuracy mod that bows have. The reason that's good is because we do not have the capacity to lock a fracture, mostly because I just don't want to. And we don't want to have the whittle hit the Merciless mod, which is 179 fizz, because this mod will pretty much never show up again if we lose it. You need to whittle the third mod. Yes, we're gonna whittle the third mod, then we're gonna fracture, and it doesn't really matter what we fracture because either way it's gonna be good if we have 3 good mods, because both suffixes and prefixes are a huge pain on both. So yeah, we're hoping for accuracy here. Okay, well, it's not high tier. I will check if it's even possible to whittle right now, because if it is, there's no reason not to at least try. Realistically though, it's probably not gonna last. Yeah, okay, it's actually not even item level high enough, so we annul that. We desecrate again. We hope for higher tier accuracy. That's not it. Is that tier 1 fizz? No, that's tier 2. Isn't Obliterator dog shit? No. Obliterator bow is the best bow base, in my opinion. You can agree, disagree, or argue. I will choose to simply hold the opinion. The reason I think it's the best one is because it has the highest base damage of any bow by quite a lot, and the downside is completely negligible in my opinion. I don't see the downside ever being relevant, so okay. High accuracy, please. Okay, it's not giving it to me. The bow is not being very nice right now. High accuracy is not hard to get. It's not a low weighted mod. Let me just check the accuracy tiers. What tier is that? That is tier 6. That's the lowest tier we can roll. Okay. Surely. Oh my god. Why is this so hard? Is it tier 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess you're right, it is tier 5. That still is the lowest tier we can roll. It's item level 48. The Well of Souls has not been nice to me, just in general this league. Yeah, 450 plus is tier 1. We don't need tier 1 because we're just whittling. In theory, all we really need is enough item level to block out Valkyrie and to remove the bow attack. I need more Sinistral Omens. That's unfortunate. Yeah, getting unlucky, but we are used to that. Or at least I am. We just gotta deal and move on. The thing is, we really cannot risk losing Merciless, so this unfortunately is a necessary step. There's not really any skipping it. My god, can you just give me accuracy? Is it that hard? Am I asking for too much? This is still tier 5, isn't it? Oh my god, that's still tier 5. That is the only tier of accuracy that is too low. Yeah, we're gonna reroll, because that's just... You gotta be kidding me. The game is trolling me. I am being taunted. Maybe I don't use Ancient Jawbones, right? Like... Wait a second, you are actually doing bowcraft. I am actually doing a bowcraft. You recall Squish's bow crafting video. He was so lucky. Well, knowing my luck, I'm probably gonna get unlucky. Bow crafts are a huge pain, generally speaking, so... First try with a non-ancient, by the way. Okay, that sucks. Let's go again. My god. Is it actually normal for it to require this much already? What are the chances of rolling tier 1 accuracy? 100 weight. Yeah, I can't really risk it. Okay. I guess, okay. What tier is this? That's item level 67. Okay, I'm just gonna take that. Fuck me, that took 20 Omens of Light. So, minus 100 div. or I guess more like 200 because we used Jawbones. Now we are gonna whittle for our third mod. What is our third mod, you ask? It can be anything between crit chance, crit damage, and flat physical. If we roll any of those, then we're gonna Omen of Light and Fracture. The funny thing would be just watch this get like a item level 68 mod right now, and just we have to keep annulling to get high item level accuracy. Like that would be so fucked. Okay, didn't happen. That was actually really fast, surprisingly. So now we remove that. I didn't expect to get this fast. That's really lucky, thankfully. So in theory, this is a 1 in 3, and this is a 1 in 10. So it should take us less, or about 30 div on average, to perfectly divine. One off. Literally one off. Again, literally one off. Come on. Okay, we officially got unlucky. Another 30 div to throw at it. Okay, there we go. So, what is the next step? The next step is actually still gonna be accuracy, blocking. So now we fracture. The optimal thing to fracture is the crit damage. The +5 and the 179 are... The 179 is good. We don't care about fracturing +5. Fracturing +5 is completely pointless. So, actually I guess that's... Should I fracture here because of that? That's a real consideration. Maybe I shouldn't. Crit damage fracture biz. Oh my god, wait, guys. Something just showed up on my live search. I have been trying to get this jewel forever. But it's listed for 50 mirrors. Take a look at this. My god. Double crit, max life, effect of notables. He got effect of notables on the Val, on this jewel right here. Where is this dude? Is he in hideout? He's in a map. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, we're gonna camp in his hideout and wait until he shows up and then offer him a mirror for this jewel, and maybe he takes it. In the meantime, back to this. So we want to fracture the crit damage. If we fracture the physical damage, that's also good. If we fracture +5, it doesn't matter. Join the map, we cannot do that. We're not in a party with him. Fracturing crit damage can actually be bad because of Sanctify. However, it will make the craft 100 times easier because we need to keep whittling. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that's fine. Or he nerd rage because you dare negotiate. What, do we dare negotiate? I think we do dare negotiate. I mean, it's 50 mirrors. Guys, I don't have 50 mirrors. Yeah, but Merciless, you can't sank too. That's not that important. Crit damage is the... This mod is the highest damage mod pretty much possible. Like, can't really find the... yeah, I'm kind of stuttering right now, but essentially this is the best mod to overroll. So that's why. Fracturing crit damage is the best outcome for whittling. Yes, that is correct. That's why I said it's the best thing to fracture. It's just not great for sanctifying, but I don't know if I even have the budget to craft this without a fracture, so it is what it is. Anyway, we're looking for tier 1 accuracy now, once again. This tier 6 accuracy mod is gonna be the ops of this episode, I think. Is that tier 1? No, that's tier 2. Yeah, accuracy is gonna be the ops of today, I'm thinking. In the meantime, what am I looking for? Yeah, so we're still fracturing accuracy. False socket worse than a good sank. Yeah, false socket is worse than a good sank. However, there is a val outcome that is better than false socket. It is a val implicit, which says, where is it? I don't remember the exact value. It's plus to crit bonus. If we get a 10% to crit damage bonus val implicit, then I would just take that over a sank or a false socket. So if that implicit shows up, we're just gonna take it. But for now, not currently worried about it. Okay, is that... I guess that blocks whittling, so... What tier is that though? That's item level 58. So it will probably get deleted pretty quickly. In the meantime, I'm gonna do another intervention. I'm gonna go back to that guy's hideout and try to see if he's there now. Okay, he's not here. "58 is like 3 clicks. Unfortunately, yes, it is like 3 clicks, but it's better than 0 clicks. So what we are gonna do now is that we have the critical tag, meaning that we can perfect exalt the suffixes and maybe get crit chance. Can't you just whisper him? I don't know his IGN. Additional arrow, that is fine. We just whittled that. But it is possible to find someone's IGN through their trade side username. It's just a bit of a pain. I guess I might check the obvious solution of seeing if his profile is private. Unfortunately, his profile is private, so yeah. We cannot ping him by just finding it. We could, in theory, put it in the username finder thingy that the official site has, but that's a lot of effort. So, we're now gonna whittle, and we're hoping for crit chance or flat physical. Obviously tier 1, so let's go. Yeah, unfortunately, you were right. It was 3 clicks. So I'm gonna blind that. And back to the mines. I mean, even getting tier 2 accuracy is pretty good because it's item level 76. There's almost nothing that knocks it off. What tier is that? That's tier 3. It's 76. We have tier 1 leech, I think. No, that is tier 2 leech. Okay, so actually we could take this, but it will most likely be gone in 3 clicks. We could, in theory, get another mod, because if we're desecration blocking, then it should be fine. Meaning we can whittle twice at the same time, meaning that we're not too sad about having to lose this, because it will happen less often. However, I think it's better to go for more. What is the most fun build in your opinion? I personally really enjoy spellcasting. It's very versatile. Like any kind of spellcaster build has the option to go into triggerable skills, self-casting, and also just access to any element. You can play physical, fire, cold, chaos, lightning, whatever you want. I personally really love Demon Form because it's infinitely scaling damage, and I like damage. I very much do like big damage, so I am drawn to Demon Form. Whittle till 1 empty suffix. That's a consideration, for sure. If we were gonna slam, I think we should do exactly what you said. I don't know if we should slam though, that's the thing. I'm out of jawbones. We actually hit tier 1 on this, which is kinda cool. Unfortunately, it has to be removed. But yeah, personally, I really like Demon Form with spellcasting, and I also just really like Comet because it's a very cool spell that, you know, falls down from the sky. It just looks really cool. I do like the bow. Bow is quite fun. It does feel kind of basic though. Like, martial builds in general don't feel very fleshed out to me. Damn. You know, eventually we're gonna get tier 1 accuracy if we keep doing this. And if that happens, I mean, we can whittle forever. Because there's quite literally nothing that could break us. What tier is that? That is tier 4, which is not enough. My god. Accuracy is actually the ops. Unbelievable. Why is this so hard? I'm just burning divs. I'm actually gonna need more Sinistrals. I more believe in tier 1 Fizz or tier 1 Lightning than tier 1 accuracy. So the thing is, we don't want tier 1 Fizz or tier 1 Lightning. We want to get accuracy so we can block it from showing up when whittling. That's the reason we're doing this. We don't actually want it as a mod. The mod we want on the prefix is tier 1 Flat Fizz. Didn't Shushi waste 3 hours trying to get tier 1 accuracy? I don't know, but I can imagine that he did because it's a low weighted mod. We don't need tier 1 is the thing. We're fine with tier 2 and maybe even tier 3 for a little bit, but yeah. Sorry if it's a silly question, but how are you so damn rich? I just, you know what, I'm gonna show you. This is the easy answer right here. That's how. The long answer is I'm good at the game. I would like to think so, at least. But it kind of just boils down to play a lot and you know, you keep making currency whenever you play, so it kind of just adds up. Okay, tier 1 accuracy. So now this can never be removed. We can whittle as long as we want. So, here's some considerations. Bow attacks fire 2 additional arrows. Is item level 82. We cannot whittle that if we find it. It is the same weight as crit chance. So, in practice, we have a 50-50 chance of breaking and having to do some crazy maneuvers for it. In theory, actually that was a theory. In practice, we just need to get lucky. And, you know, also getting flat phase is gonna be easy now, so now we can wait for that player. Rich man with 50 mirrors. Surely someone like that exists. I mean, there's probably a lot of people that have hundreds of mirrors by this point in the league. The thing is, you have to keep in mind, I'm not actually playing much anymore. Like, I mostly played at the start of the league. Currently, I'm just fucking around doing stuff like this, which mostly makes me lose currency. Like, if you guys remember when I sanctified like 5 mirrors worth of amulets right here, I mean, some of them sold, but overall, it was pretty much just wasted. Same for these jewels that I've made here. And same for the helmets. Like, this stuff just has been a hole in my pocket, but I just want the items, so. The guy is offline. Yeah, I saw. It's unfortunate. I guess we just wait until he logs on or something. So yeah. If you help me with 1 mirror to finish my build, I'll be really grateful. You are the 100th person to ask that, or maybe even more. The thing is, as much as I would like to help everyone out, if I helped all of you out, I would be like in debt. You have to keep in mind that 1 mirror is still a lot. So yeah. I can't just give them out for free because yeah, I would run out instantly if I just gave them to everyone. After some point, it all doesn't matter except having fun. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm doing. Anyway, back to the Whittle train. We're rolling until Tier 1 Fizz, crit chance, or Tier 1 Fizz accuracy. You should give a mirror to the 1,000th person who asks. That would mean I have to make a counter, but that's a fun idea. That's Tier 3, I believe. It's not Tier 1, so we don't care, mostly. Wait, what? That's 81? Oh, I guess it is. Yeah, okay. So guys, we cannot whittle anymore because these are both item level 81. But you see, we have this tech. So we now just Sinistral whittle and we're chilling. Can you give me 1 mirror so I have 50 mirrors total? Do you actually have 49 mirrors? Can you link the mirrors so we can show stream that there are people richer than me? Because a lot of the time people just think I'm the richest person in game, which is just very far from true. Okay, we just Sinistral whittle again. How many whittles did we start with? Like 170? On average, I think we're expected to spend about 100. So we are getting there. Ooh, that could have been 2 arrows. That would really have fucked us over if it showed up. Well, so there's 2 arrows. That's a big issue. I'm one of Belton Farmer's crafters. We have about 50 mirrors, but a lot of people had a falling out. I don't really know about Farmer, but Belton has been really hard to work with, in my opinion, so I just kind of distanced myself as well, as soon as, yeah. Oof, what if +2 arrow? The situation, ooh, the engagement. do we just settle? So guys, the thing we need to do here is we need to actually basically use a Hinacor's lock to delete +2 arrows. You walk with Belton. So I reached out to him because a friend suggested that I ask him to make a wand. And so I did. And then he did. He didn't actually make the wand I wanted, which was a bit unfortunate, but he made a wand for profit, which in the end was not profitable. So that was annoying, but it was whatever. But then he asked me for 300 div to fund his quiver crafts. And I did. The issue is that when that happened, I expected to make profit, you know, because I'm funding him with my currency. I'm giving him my currency to craft. Surely I make something out of it. What actually happened is that this was like a month, or this was like a week or two into the league. And 300 div at the time was like half a mirror, because mirrors were like 600 div. He paid me back when mirrors were like 2,000. Mirrors were actually more expensive a couple of weeks ago. So basically, by working with him, I turned my half a mirror into 0.2 of a mirror. Yeah, I know it happened to all of us. Like, I kind of asked around about, you know, why is this guy not paying me back? And it seemed that a lot of people have a similar experience. Either way, yapping aside, can you get the 5 projectile skills with less than a lock? That is a question that I don't have the answer to unless I math it out. Let's find out. What are the chances of finding it again? Who is this Belton guy? I would honestly just say it's better to just not give him engagement. Like, basically just accept that you probably shouldn't work with him if you come across him and just move on. Like, that's all you really need to know. There's no need to go on and have yap sessions about it. Because if we do, then we're just giving him engagement, and that's kind of what he wants. So let's math it out. Projectile skills is 100 weight. Assuming we have a open prefix and item level 35 whittles. It would take 237 whittles to see +5 projectile skills. On average. We also need to keep in mind that if we go this route, the average is halved because we could raw dog the annul and maybe hit the +2 arrows. And that could mean that we're actually chilling, right? So, yeah. The thing with the lock is that it's not actually guaranteed to remove it. Lock gives us a few chances to remove it. So if we lock, we can Dextral Erasure, we can Dextral Annulment, we can Raw Chaos, Greater Chaos, Perfect Chaos, and Annul. So it gives us 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12 chances Um, that basically means we have 12 50-50s in a row to get rid of +2 arrows. Those are actually insanely good odds, but it's possible that we miss. In the meantime, I think we should try to find the plus flat physical. Last prefix is quiver effect. Yes, that is the theory. Double omen with whittle, would that work? Actually you're right. No, actually you're wrong. We can't double omen with whittle because the +2 arrows is higher item level than +5 projectile skills. Is there any way we could double omen somehow? Because if we could, that would raise the attempts as well. I don't think so. Either way, I think we should first try to get the flat physical, because there's no real reason not to. I'm a bit new to this working with streamers. How is this? I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean working with like a streamer to make an item, I was just told that, you know, if we go contact him, he can make it for cheap. And I was like, you know, that sounds really convenient. And yeah, that's kind of how it worked. Lock failing 0.02%. Yeah, it's very, very low odds for it to fail. But yeah. What craft still sells this late in the league? Pretty much nothing, to be honest. But yeah. So what we're gonna do is, we're going to homogenizing Perfect Exalt, hope for flat fizz. If we don't get it, we're just gonna keep whittling. Cool. Time to bring out the whittle train again. And, you know, if we miss, we can just see how we feel after whittling. Because this does not affect the outcome of the suffixes at all. So there's no reason not to do it now, basically. We're currently looking for flat physical. The quiver effect is very easy to get, that is correct. The bow is not almost done here because, as we saw earlier, it is unfortunately possible to brick on the suffixes, as unlikely as it is. The issue is that a brick is insanely expensive. That's the main downside. But yeah, let's just see how much is one lock. One lock is 600 div, 650. How much is 200 whittles? That's like 800 div. So trying to find it again, on average, is going to cost us only 400. Because 50% of the time, we're gonna hit the 50-50 and delete +2 arrows. Does Herald count as projectile? No. Herald is not a projectile skill. If you want to boost Herald levels, you need the attack skills level. The thing is, we don't care about Heralds, so yeah. +4 to attack is better than Proj? I disagree. Personally, I do not value Herald levels, and I will not be using them, so it does not matter to me. +5 is fundamentally better for what I'm doing. And yeah, I guess that means that on average we should raw annul instead of lock to remove the +5. Let me actually double check this. So item level 35. It is 23375 divided by 100. Yeah, that's 233 whittles. I love Endag. That is so sweet of you. I also love me. I also kind of like you guys, you know? You guys keep me company, and if I was here alone, I would just be sitting in silence and holding down shift. So it's kind of nice to have, you know, a chat to look at and hang out. Also, we have 43 viewers. That's actually, I think that's a record. I think the one stream only had 30, and that was like when we were volleying like 10 mirrors of stuff. You know, I did actually prepare some stuff to vol for you guys as well. These are minion helmets once again. They're like 100 div each. So once we're done with the craft, we can vol these for entertainment. And yeah. Back to the whittling in the meantime. I think it's not nice to start a convo about another streamer on this stream. I mean, sure. I don't care that much. Like, I'm not an... Oh, that was easy. So, we got the flat fizz. So now we can worry about other things. As for starting a convo about other people, I'm not really uptight. I don't really have any rules other than, you know, have common sense. Don't do anything insane in the membrane in the bad way. But yeah, aside from that, you can talk whatever you want. It's a free world. We have free speech. You know, no censorship here. I think the way you do is right because suffix there's too many modes that can brick. After that, just Dextrol and Whittle spam suffix. How can you get many divs on League Start? You can start by mapping, actually. Because in the League Start, the uncut skill gems, like these level 20 gems, are like 5 div each. The spirit gems are like 50. And mirrors are like 100 div. So if you get just like 20 of these, you've made a mirror. If you make 2 of these, you've also made a mirror. And this is like, you can make this in like 10 maps. It's super easy. And there's a lot of other things that are just incredibly inflated during League Start, like Exalts and Chaos. Not Chaos so much, but Exalts are insanely inflated in League Start, so people just really want them, and that's a way to make money. Just map until you have enough currency to start investing into crafts, like just make items and they'll sell, and yeah, you just keep repeating that. I come from video of crafting best one. Your crafting is amazing. Thank you. That is so sweet of you. Flat Fizz is pretty easy to get. Flat Fizz is actually not pretty easy to get because it's also 100 weight. It is a very hard mod to get, but we got pretty lucky. Accuracy better than flat elemental attack. No, we're keeping accuracy so that we block it from showing up. We're not actually gonna have accuracy in the final item. The thing is, if you get crit chance first, you're gonna lose it pretty fast. Yeah, that's the issue with the projectile skills. If we get crit chance first, it's gonna disappear almost instantly. That's why starting with the plus thing is better. So, some consideration. This is the part where we're gonna have a pretty gigantic 50-50, I think, because 100 whittles is about 400 div. So on average, we're gonna need 200 of these. So that's gonna be 790 and another 33. So 33% of this What is 30? That's like another 100 div. So it would cost us 900 div on average. Isn't starting from fracture crit chance better? Fracture crit chance and crit damage have the same item level, so it doesn't make a difference. It is better than crit damage because of sanctifying. The sanctifying odds are much better if you don't have fractured crit damage, but we don't care that much about it. I mean, we do, but it would cost so much more currency to do it that it's just not worth it. At that point, it's better to just get more locks and keep trying multiple times. Because at some point, repetition is more important than higher odds. Lock is actually not safer, because as you see, 900 div for 233 whittles. This is what we will have to spend on average to see +5 projectile skills again. If we raw annul, 50% of the time it's gonna delete the +2 arrows, and then we're chilling. So this cost is effectively halved, because on average, half the time we're not gonna spend it. So it's gonna be 450. A lock is 645 to purchase. This means that the on average mathematically better outcome, pushing my glasses up and doing the whole, I can't actually do it because I don't have a webcam, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. Basically, it's mathematically correct to just raw annul right now and pray that it removes +2 arrows. So everyone pull out the Prage emotes, because this could be a huge sink of currency if it doesn't hit. Fuck. Okay, well, are Dextrals cheaper? Dextrals are not cheaper. Never mind. So you see, guys, we don't always get lucky. In fact, we usually get unlucky on this channel, but that's fine because we go again. Is there any outcome I can do here to actually make this easier? I don't think so, unfortunately. I have to keep the accuracy locked in, because if I don't, basically I cannot use desecrations to make the suffixes easier. Yeah, I think it's just go. I don't think there's any... The fuck? Did you guys see that? We rolled +2 arrows into +2 arrows. That's like the least likely mode to show up. What the fuck? You gotta be kidding me. I did use the omen, right? I did. My god. We just got so lucky, but that luck just deleted 5 div instead of being useful. Okay, anyway. We go again. So let the whittle train commence, I suppose. Oh, wait. Actually, guys. What tags do we have? You spend 50 whittle for +2 arrow. 50 is very little. Getting +2 arrows is usually gonna cost you like hundreds of whittles. More like 200, but yeah. It may be better to homogenizing Exalt here. So we have attack, damage, critical, and physical tags. Actually, it is better, I think. Oh, wait, the issue is we cannot hit +5. Yeah, we can't actually hit +5 with the tags we have right now, but for crit chance, it is about a 1 in 10, actually. Oh wait, no, it's not 1 in 10. It's 5125 by 125. It's a 1 in 40. So homogenizing is actually significantly better for finding crit chance. Annals cost 2x. That is also a consideration. You are correct. I think we actually just have to whittle, unfortunately. Let me actually, okay, so 1 in 40 to find it. And then what happens after? We brick on life on kill, mana on kill. And those are 150 weight each. On average, that means we brick 15 times. Ooh. Yeah, we would brick 15 times in a row before we find +5. If we start with crit. So that would cost 600 perfect exalts, which is actually way worse. So yeah, I guess we just whittle. It unfortunately is correct, as much as it is painful. So let the whittle train start. We are gonna have to use dex shows here and there because the flat fizz is not that high item level, so I got excited for a second, but it's tier 2. In practice, tier 2 is actually fine for my setup because let me show you guys something. So I got a new Undying Hate. I managed to roll this with the power of sweatshopping. So look at this. This jewel on this socket has 5 copies of Derogatory Gaze. If you guys remember, the last time where I was, using a bow build, I got 79% crit chance with only 3 of these. This also does have brutality, so it's still just amazing. Like, this is just an insane jewel, basically. So, with 2 more of these, I think I actually... Well, it's 2 more of these and struck through, because I was deleting this cluster previously. But this time I'm not. So, I think tier 2 crit might actually crit cap me, unironically. So, it might be fine to keep it. The thing is, I don't know if I want to be that guy that's running around with a tier 2 crit bow. You know what I mean? So I think we might just keep going anyway. Just because of, of the culture. We can't have tier 2 mods. This is not a settling channel, after all. Can I roll the 2 with enough div? Yes. I mean, the way you roll this is you just put it in and you divine it. So yeah. We don't settle. I think you are correct. I don't think we settle. God damn it. If only that was tier 1. Bro, you are Enda, you don't want a bow with tier 2 crit. That is what I'm saying. We don't want that. even though it might just be more than enough in practice. As much as it might not matter, +3. Oh yeah, by the way, for anyone wondering, it's incredibly easy to finish this if we were settling for +4. Because the way we do this is we just get crit, and we start with the essence of battle, we slap it on the suffix, and we just get crit, and that's it. If he's crafting for profit, he stopped with a 2 arrow. Yeah, if I was crafting for profit, +2 arrow would be it. I would already be stopping there. But that's not what we're doing. Ooh, tier 2 again. I will most likely have to melt down a mirror, which means I will most likely have to go to buy some gold. I should probably look if anyone is selling it right now, just in advance. It doesn't look like it though, so... How do you negate the accuracy penalty from gaze? You don't. It doesn't matter. Like, I was at 100% accuracy last time, and I mean, maybe if I have 2 more, it makes a difference, but I don't think it will. I think accuracy is just kind of a useless stat, so maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. You may have a point, or you may not. I unfortunately do not know. +4. We obviously don't settle for this, but it's cool that you showed up. +4 is not a settle we do purely out of principle, since we can get +4 attack, and it would just be pointless to settle for that, so... Looks like we do need more whittles. Also, I should probably like put these back on. If I get enough gold from buying stuff, we may also showcase the build. I would need a respec for it, but yeah. Okay, so we need gold right now. Is anyone selling gold on TFT? It doesn't look like it. Okay, I think, do I have maps? I don't have maps. Okay. Unfortunately, guys, we're gonna have to buy some gold. How are we going to do that, you ask? We're gonna go to 2gen. What the hell is he? And just buy stuff. What item level? These are not high item level, never mind. I do have a castaway if you want. Yeah, sure, I would absolutely take it. As you can see, I'm broke, so not like I can complain. Every click hurts you. Yeah, I get that. It hurts you more. It hurts me more than it hurts you. Someone from chat could lend you some. Yeah, I mean, if someone from chat has like castaways or maps to vendor, then sure. If not, I could just do the trick I did last time on stream, which is we get the perfect augs, we disenchant them into greaters, we disenchant these into normals, and then we just get some bartering omens. What the hell? These are so expensive now. Jesus. What happened? And yeah, we just vendor the currency. Vendoring currency may hurt some of you, but it is a necessary sacrifice. The fuck? This okay. Maybe my trick got outed. IGN at Endag. That's me. NVIDIA Broadcast does well on silencing background noise. I would hope so. I mean, I don't think there's that much background noise, but if there is, it would be good if it was, you know, not here. If you would want to reach a mirror in this moment of the league, how would you make it? I think the best thing you can do if you really just want to make currency, you don't know the setup. That's fine. Here, I'll give you a map. Here, I don't know if you can... This map might kill you, hopefully it doesn't. Because I have like no build on me, but yeah, just take this, put it on and we should be fine. Yeah, I think the best thing you can do if you really just want currency and don't care about anything else is to find some people that are manipulating the market and try to join them. Because I think market manipulation is more or less the only way you can profit at this point in the league. I don't think you're really going to profit if you craft or map. If you do want to craft, I think you should make something that's cheap and mass producible, such as amulets or not body armors, amulets, gloves, and boots. I think are very easily mass producible and they sell decently enough. So maybe just go for those. Bro, Dennis said join the mafia. I mean, I don't really know what other advice to give you. I did tell you that, yeah, if you want to craft for it, then just craft something cheap and mass producible. To be honest, I have no experience with the mafia, so I don't know how profitable it is and how easy it is to do it by just manipulating the market. You're gonna have to find that out yourself if you do it, but yeah. It's definitely the best or the most profitable thing to do this late in the league. Yeah, you can always farm citadels or you can sell gold maps to people, you can sell XP maps on TFT. But yeah, that is incredibly painful. If you want to do it though, you can. It's another easy way to make currency, it just takes a while. You see people asking for 30 divs for Ascendancy service on TFT. I don't think you're gonna get anyone that buys that, but maybe you do. Maybe someone somewhere just needs an Ascendancy right there, not right now, so maybe? Question mark. That is a good amount of gold that we just got. So I think that should be enough. Thank you for the castaway, Mr. Aryan MH. Let's go back to selling some transmutation orbs, which should give us just enough to melt the mirror. Actually, maybe have enough to... No, I'm gonna need greater chaos as well, actually. You can do 2 quick castaways. Sure, why not? Yeah, here's my IGN. It's Andag with 3 A's. Yep, you can invite me. Do you need a map for it? Yeah, sure, I can give you a map for it. It's gonna be laggy. Oh no. Should be fine though. I don't expect to die. I'm late, can I see the bow? You are actually not late. We have paused crafting it because we're out of gold. This is the state it's at right now. It is missing these suffixes. We're looking for crit chance and +5 projectile skills. We unfortunately bricked and had to raw annul it on the suffixes once. It failed, and so we're whittling. And because we've been whittling, we need to get more whittles because we ran out, and that means we need more gold. So that is why we're doing Castaway right now. So yeah, you are not only not late for the bow, you're also not late for the not mentioned but still planned volleying of tons of stuff that I prepared at the end of the stream. The reason for that is also partially because I really want to make a compilation of me just volleying and sanctifying stuff, but I never actually hit anything like top tier, you know? Like, I never hit the +1 minion skills helmet yet. I haven't hit the insane time lost, so I'm just sitting here right now with all these Vald... Oh, am I gonna die? Surely not. Am I stuck? Okay, we actually got out. But yeah, I really want to hit something insane so I can at least have the, we vault all those items, but then we also have the hit at the end. This build up, it's like you have the story. It's kind of like writing a novel. You gotta have the plot. You should mark or make a timer so you can easily revisit the time to make the compilation. I'm not gonna lie, you have a very good point. However, I am not super good with editing or keeping track of things, so I'm probably gonna forget if I do that. I'm actually stuck. Or not. Okay, I'm not stuck. I'm chilling. Uh-oh. Okay, I think we're fine. Decent amount of gold. Should be enough gold if we do like one more. You said you have two, so I'm just gonna wait until you open another one. In the meantime, I'm also gonna vendor these. You were not kidding about the lag, but at least it's bearable. Nothing I can't handle. It's in fog now. Alright. That's fine then. I think we have enough anyway, most likely. But if you find it, you can let me know. I would obviously be down to pop it. So what do we need? We need divs. Unfortunately, this is a really terrible rate on the mirrors, but not really any helping it. Just gotta take the L, sadly. And yeah, then we're gonna convert these to whittles and Greater Chaos. Ooh. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I kinda just died. Well, I gotta take the L there, sadly. There's no respawns, so it is what it is. Thank you for the castaways, though. You can finish it on your own. In the meantime, I will be buying some whittles with whatever little gold we have left. You can do another one. I think it's fine for now, like I said. We do have a lot of whittles. If I do need more to convert into more whittles, then I'll let you guys know. In the meantime, the pause champing can now end, since we can start the whittle train again. Choo choo, motherfuckers. So, I should also unbind my dodge, so I can do this in peace. And yeah, here we go. +5 projectile skills, tier 1 crit. It might be better to... Actually, yeah, that's a good consideration. I should definitely slam a homogenizing perfect. Because I just thought about it, I'm only whittling one mod. But if I whittle two, there's no risk, but also it reduces the weight pool. So it's kind of good to do this, I think. Okay, whatever. We don't care about that. Just keep whittling. Yeah, as you can see, there's now two mods in the pool, so the whittles have a higher chance of being successful, basically. Tier 3 crit. That's not tier 1. Life per enemy killed. I think it's also good to here and there do this to remove high item level mods. +4. Oh, wait. There's tier 1 crit. So this is kind of funny actually. We have the... This is completed if we were gonna settle for +4. The only issue is that we're not gonna do that. So, guys, does anyone believe that this +4 is gonna become a +5? The chances are incredibly low. Actually, the chances are not incredibly low, it's just incredibly high chances that we brick. That's the issue we have right now. So, are there any believers in chat? Do you guys think we got this? Or are we gonna have to keep whittling till +5? I see a Pog and a Poggers. So I think we got this. So let's hit it. Okay, so we did brick. What this means is we actually still have a chance. We can Dextral Erasure. And this gives us a 50-50 to save the item. Wait, Omen, wait. What are we waiting for? Do you think there's a better way to do this? You keep using Dextral. Yes. Oh shit, you're right. I just wasted like 40 div. My bad. Oh, that sucks. You're right though. Yep. Oof, that hurts. Did not notice. Well, in the meantime, I was doing it for engagement. But that's what everyone says. Do you guys ever watch streamers or YouTubers and they're just like, I was messing with you guys. I know that I was doing it wrong. I was just doing it for engagement. But they're never actually doing it for engagement. They're just saying that because they don't know what to say other than, oh shit, I fucked up and I don't want to say I fucked up. That's kind of how it feels right now. You lost all the 50-50. Well, I guess that means it's time for us to win a 50-50. Never the fucking mind. Time to keep whittling. What tier is that mana on kill? That's actually tier 1, so it may be smart to just try to 50-50 remove it into something else. Okay. Life per enemy killed. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna get some Dextral Omens. Why is this so expensive? Jesus. Okay. So this is in hopes of removing the life per enemy killed, because if it shows up the crit on the reduced attributes, then we automatically have to 50-50 it. So just saves us a little bit of currency if we get lucky. Unfortunately, we do have to whittle that, because that's the crit chance. So plus 2 arrows. Again. That does have to go, sadly. It's called copium. That is in fact what I also like to call it. Huffing that copium, that good copium. Tier 2. Additional arrow. That's gonna get deleted pretty quickly, so. Plus 4 again. Did the plus 4 just turn into a plus 4? It did. That's... I mean, that's kind of uncanny. The odds of that happening are really fucking low. But I guess it's not impossible. Just weird that it happened twice. Okay, so there is... Oh shit, wait. We got tier 1 crit, but Dex is higher item level. I should have thought about that. I didn't think about it. Because I didn't think about it, I now have to do a 50-50 and pay for the consequences of my actions. Of course, we hit it, actually. That's cool. The issue is it's most likely to break again, but, there is now the chance that it doesn't. Did the leech turn into leech? The leech did turn into leech. It's not impossible. It's just weird that it happened another time again. It's gonna die fast? Yeah, it is likely gonna die fast. The luck is always there when you don't need it. Correct. Hitting the perfect one with one lock is lucky. Yeah, I cannot complain about the wand. Like, if you guys remember this wand, yeah, one lock for this outcome is unreal. Like, that's insane luck. Cannot complain about it. Anyway, let's pray for plus 5. $50-50. Did not win the 50-50. Tier 2. Plus 2 arrows again. My god, if only that was the plus 5, dude. That's sad. We do have to remove that. Um, is there a way to solve this? Not really, right? Now I remember, I think you shouldn't use Dextral if you hit high item level mod. The thing is, we're not gonna use either Onslaught Essence or +4 Essence. If we were, the item would already be done. Like, guys, if we were chill with getting Onslaught and +4, then this item would already be done. Like, we would just slam these two. You know what, let me get a few of these to make a point. I kind of wasted some gold, so it used to delete the mod not settling. He's right. Wait. I think you shouldn't use Dex. Oh! Oh, he means I can convert that way. Actually, you have a point. You know, I thought you were calling for a settle, but actually, you were Gigabrain. You are correct. It is true. We don't need Dextral for this. We can just delete any mod we want as long as it's a suffix by doing this. I don't actually think we need Dextral crystallization for this, because this can only be suffixes anyway. But because I've never used this, I'm just gonna play it safe. And also 10 div is nothing to me, so I'm just gonna put this right here. You know, I know that it's not needed to use this. I'm just doing it to it's moral support, guys. This is like my emotional support omen. So yeah. You got a very good point though, Mr. Loverock. Smart catch by you. One thing is the +4 will block the +5. Well, we can always just do Onslaught instead of +4, so it's not an issue. Yeah, the haste is optimal for it. Man, you have to tell me when you're going to this craft so I can time when I'm selling my stuff to Angie. You're funny, mate. You're funny. I actually get a lot of comments like that. There's a lot of people that just say, oh, I wish you told me that you were gonna stream and craft so I can sell all my stuff to you. And I'm like, I mean, you're already gonna do that if you plan to sell it. If you plan to market manipulate, I'm not exactly incentivized to help you make more money by making my life harder, so let's just get 100 of these. So with this new knowledge, we no longer need Dextral Omens. Actually, we may still need them because some suffixes are higher item level than Flat Fizz. So I'll keep this here just in case. But for now, it's back to the Choo Choo Whittle Train. What item level is that mana? That's 68. I guess we don't care for it much then. Okay, so this is when we use this. Perfect Essence of Haste. It's gonna give us Onslaught and delete the mana on kill. So we use the Battle Essence and the Onslaught Essence again. And the Battle Essence again. Okay, there we go. The thing is, if we miss, it is true that we kinda have to 50-50 it anyway. I guess that's true. Well, actually we could theoretically just only use the haste, and if we miss we keep going and just haste again if we hit. So I guess when I put it like that, it's still good. But yeah, we're not gonna need these. So boop. +3. +4. We've seen, how many times have we seen +4? It's 250 weight. We've seen it like 5 times. In theory, we should see +5 for every 3 times we see +4. But no such luck. Actually, it makes sense for us to not have Onslaught on there while chaosing, but I guess that can't really be helped, huh? Wait, what item level is this? It's 72, right? It is 72, so there's not a lot of things that delete it. But there are some. Okay. So delete the dex. Crit. Yeah, this is a bit of an issue. We really need the Onslaught to not be there. Because if we're rolling with the Onslaught on there, we're not blocking anything else from the weight pool. Yeah, that's also true. Wait, no, the crit chance is 73, Onslaught is 72. So the only downside of the Onslaught really is just that it's preventing the weight pool from showing up. So I guess when I put it like that, it might be better to just Dextral Erasure. Because it is still one roll. We're basically paying one div. No. Can you explain? Because I feel like you have a point with the Onslaught tech, but The fact that it doesn't block the weight pool is a bit of an issue, isn't it? I guess in theory it does have the upside that it will never be whittled, so we can whittle it right away when we hit crit chance, but that's about it, isn't it? Am I missing something? So let's say that we onslaught here. Every hit you lose like 1,000 weight. Yeah, that's the issue. So if we onslaught, let's say we also just battle. Okay, the dex is not going away. So now if we roll, we still need to remove the attack skills. So the battle is never correct because of that. So let's say that we whittle now. It can hit either or. So now we have Onslaught and a random mod. Onslaught does not block the weight pool at all, which means that every roll we do is effectively the same as having one mod. Onslaught doesn't block any mods, but I think it's still cheaper. I'm just thinking about it right now, because essentially what happens is, every time we use Onslaught, we increase the weight pool by, let's say, 1,000, or rather, let's actually take a look. So the weight pool in total is 2337. Let me just pull it up for you guys as well. So item level 35, 2337, 5. And it's minus 875 because we have crit damage and it's already fractured. So we're at 2250. That is our current weight pool. Divided by 100, it's 225 to hit plus 5. If we hit plus 5, we're gonna break half the time. There is some consideration for crit chance because we can roll that. And then we break only 80% of the time. So 80% of the time we break when we hit crit, and 50% of the time we break if we hit plus 5. So that means oh my god, there's too much math for me. Jesus Christ. I don't like math, guys. Why am I doing this to myself? So okay, 22,500. This is our weight pool with Onslaught. Whereas if we reduce it by like, I don't know, this is 1,000, this is 3,000 weight. Most of these are like, I think it's fair to consider that it could be either one of these. But let's just say that we reduce the weight by 3,000 because we have one mod. So it will be 19,500. So we use 195 whittles. The cost of 30 whittles, which we just saved, is 120 div. Do we save 120 div, or do we spend more than 120 div by using Dextrols? I don't actually think we do. Because every Dextrol is effectively also a whittle. So we're paying 1 div extra. This means that we need to use 120 Dextrols before we hit in order for it to matter. What are the odds of that? I don't fucking know actually, but that seems really unlikely. So far we've only used like 20 of these, right? So we're not even halfway there. We're not even a third of the way there. Okay, let's just see how it looks like without the essences. And just having 2 mods on the item. Whatever makes you feel good. I mean, yeah, obviously. It's just, I do take the chatter considerations into account, because, I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't know every single outcome and interaction ever. So it's nice to have additional input on what is good. Remember you hit 5 arrows this session. 5? That's insane. Jesus. +3. Tier 2. Another +3. We're running into a lot of things that need dextral erasure. Okay, I mean, game was not being nice right there. Chaosing is just personally painful. I completely agree. I hate chaosing. It is not fun. It takes forever. And it's kind of just fucked. Like, it's so much RNG involved. We could easily get lucky and get it instantly, or we could easily sit here forever, which is what we're doing right now. We're already down like... We started with 170 whittles. We bought 100 twice. We're down about 500 whittles, or 400 rather, in essence. Which is certainly painful. I think I'm just gonna go for it and just try to find a +5. It's taken way too much consideration to do otherwise, so. There's crit chance. It's kind of not smart to use a Dextral and all. It's better to just buy another one of these and just go. Alright, 50-50. We missed. Maybe snack time and do it later. I'm chilling, honestly. I don't know how long I've been streaming. About 2 hours, huh? I mean, that's fine. You know, this is still way less time than it took to do the wand. The wand took like 5 hours. We were at the Well of Souls for so long. So compared to that, this is nothing. The only issue is that I'm kind of broke right now, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna need to buy locks. But yeah, I think currently the optimal way to do this is every time we see Dex, Tier 1 gain, mana, and life, then we have to Dextral and knock it off. It only costs like 1 div extra. As you see, we paid like I had 4, I bought 10, so that's 14 div for extra weight pool, or rather for the chance of crit showing up and it being saved. So right now it looks like it's worth. That's tier 2. You know what? Actually, it's fine. I'll just whittle it like this. +2 arrows again. Oh my god. Why couldn't it be +5? Why do you torment me? Damn. Curse you, +2 arrows. I'm out of chaos. Honestly, I think it's better if I just lock in and just keep going until +5. Like, fuck the crit. If we see crit, we just Dextral and pray for the best. You have to, like, I just have to complain. Seriously, I just have to complain. Guys, it only took a little bit of bitching about it, and there's +5. Is it? It's not profit crafting, so this is for personal use mostly. Anyway, imagine that this right here is +2 arrows. Like, if this was +2 arrows right now, I would be fuming. Okay, it's not. So now we just need the tier 1 crit chance. Our chances of finding it are 50-50 before finding +2 arrows, because they're the same weight. +2 arrows is the only mod that ruins our day now. I can't make this up. Guys, I cannot make this shit up. You gotta be kidding me. Tier 1 crit has shown up quite a bit, actually. But yeah, I can't. So, as we said earlier, it is mathematically optimal to deck show annul. And when I say mathematically, I do mean just mathematically. Like, my feels are not in this. I'm not feeling that it's correct. Actually, I kind of do because I don't want to lock for it. Locking for it feels terrible, so just win the 50-50. Surely we can win one 50-50, right? We've been losing most of them. Okay, we actually won the 50-50. Now, there is a real consideration to make here. We could remove the accuracy. Oh, wait, no, we cannot remove the accuracy. I was gonna say, yeah, we can't remove the accuracy. We just need to whittle. Complain super hard real quick. Okay, guys. This is a bit off schedule. We're gonna do some voling. I'm gonna vol 3 of these helmets. I have, I think, 10 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 9 in total. So we're gonna vol these 3 helmets. We're gonna complain when they obviously will not hit. These are minion helmets. They are like 100 div each. Some of them are like 200 if I can find it. You know, so that nobody says that, oh, I've seen this helmet. Actually, it's worth like nothing. Yeah, so you see these are like 200 div helmets, basically. So we're looking for +1 minion skills. 3 socket and spirit vol are profit. I personally don't care much for that, but yeah, +1 minion skills. Okay, 3 socket, 3 socket. Does anyone believe in the last one being +1 minion skills? Of course it's fucking bricked. What did I expect? Nah, it bricked. Okay. Let's put this up. You felt wrong, but it's okay, because as I said, we're really just here to complain to get better RNG. We're unlocking the streamer client. So yeah, unfortunate, bad RNG, we just got fucked. Also yeah, homogenizing slam is optimal, because it could be crit. It's actually a 1 in 10 for this to be crit right now. Sacrifice helmets to PoE 2 gods. Literally, yeah, that's what we're doing right now. And we just got fucked, which means that the gods are happy, which means that surely we hit. It's actually 3 out of 10 to get any tier of crit, or rather to get tier 2 or tier 1. It's 1 in 10 to get tier 1. We didn't get it. But surely 1 in 9. Is it? Physical attack. Attack, physical, and damage. Yeah, you're correct actually. It's 1 in 9 and 3 in 9 for tier 2. Alright, well, the art isn't fooling the game into believing you don't want tier 1 crit. Well, I guess that means we just want Leech, right? Or Dex. Dex would be nice. There's Dex. I guess we did not succeed. Either way, all that's left is to just keep going. You want +2 arrow. Oh, don't even. Alright, so guys, we just hit the tier 2 crit. Before we do anything, does anyone have more castaways? I actually just want to see if I'm crit capped with it. Because if I am, then honestly I might just take it at this point. So anyone got a castaway? Question mark, question mark. Actually, let me check TFT. We don't settle. That's the thing. We don't settle, but I want to see if I'm crit capped with it anyway. Because if I am, it would be kind of hard to justify going for tier 1 for no real reason. Okay, we're gonna do some castaways and we're gonna respec into a bow setup. He will be capped on crit? Not necessarily. I just want to see if I am, because I think it's possible that I will be. What if I want to mirror it and I'm not crit capped? You can also mirror the Undying Hate I'm using if you want. You know, that is an interesting thought. I was thinking that it would be funny to offer mirror service for Undying Hate jewels. Just because, like, most people probably don't even realize what's in them, and they're gonna be like, wait, what the hell is that? You know, mirror service for a jewel? Just get an emerald with crit chance. I already have some jewels that are pretty optimal for this. But yeah, I'm just gonna respec into the bow build and see what it looks like. It's probably jewel locked. Not really. Is that Aku VN here? I'm not sure. I didn't know you streamed. Oh my god, is that Prosper? Holy, how are you doing, man? Yeah, I started recently, actually. I didn't expect to see you here, though. That's a blast from the past. I heard it's your birthday recently, actually. Happy birthday. How have you been? Also, let me just quickly bind the sprint button again to make this go a little bit faster. Being better? That's unfortunate. So, guys, Prosper over here is an IRL friend of mine. So, it was his birthday recently. So yeah, just wish him happy birthday if you haven't already. Got past the demo today. That's cool. I actually have not heard much about if it's like as annoying as last year, but I imagine it is probably more considering that it's now year 2. I think that's just about it for the castaway. So now we just pop it open and get the gold. You wouldn't say friend. That's a little hostile. Vague acquaintances, damn. Getting acquaintance zoned. That's rough. Is that code for secret lovers? Oh no. The allegations are gonna start. In the meantime, does anyone have any more castaways? If not, I'll probably just vendor some currency again. You can type the notes that you want to allocate for the jewels if you list them in Premium Stash. That's interesting. That is in fact interesting. Let's grab some more transmute orbs. Are you back at home? No, I'm still living in the city. I have not moved back yet. Man, someone really inflated Omona bartering. These prices for it are insane. By the way, time to vendor all of these. We should have enough to at least do a little respec. After selling all these transmute orbs. Also, I'm gonna need to grab my charger because my phone is about to die and that's what I'm using to look at chat. So let me just do that. Okay, should be good now. So, where were we? So we're just gonna grab all of these that did not sell for much, and then resell them again. Wow, we actually got insanely unlucky with these. Have another one if you need. Yeah, sure, you can open it up, and I'll just join as soon as you do. Oh, I just realized we're actually gonna need more divs, because we need to lock the bow as well. Selling 6 mod corrupted items gives way more. It does. The issue is I don't have any of those on me right now. That's why we're doing this. The issue with TFT right now is that nobody is selling gold currently. So yeah, that's basically the issue with TFT right now. There's just nobody selling gold, so I have to, do it manually. And I think pretty much the only way you can really do it without human interaction is to, sell currency. Obviously, if someone was selling like a quad tub of stuff to vendor, it would be really easy to just get all the gold I need, but there's nobody doing that right now. To be fair, I think that most people are playing PoE 1 currently. Bulk buy maps. Maybe I could do that. Why are you buying and reselling orbs? You make 2 million gold a map from any distant carry. Well, do you see any distant carry that's online right now? I mean, I asked this guy earlier. This was the only guy that has a post on TFT for like the past few hours. I pinged him, he didn't respond, so yeah, that's the issue. There is just nobody doing gold maps currently. If there was, I would obviously hop in and do it, but the option is not there right now. Bulk buying maps might be a consideration. It's just gonna be really expensive, but I think that should be fine, realistically. That's a lot of scrolling. That is a lot of scrolling. RIP PoE 2. Yeah, it is pretty much dead. I mean, that's why I'm crafting this right now. Not really anything else left to do. I'm just gonna craft this and revisit some old builds with the upgrades I've gotten through just insane spending, basically. If you guys remember, I never actually used the wand we made from the first stream. So I still want to test what the demon form setup looks like with that. And after checking that out, I think we can look on the bow build, or rather we're probably going to look into the bow build first, because it's right here. and then we can see some other setups. Although that's probably going to be another stream. This stream is mostly for just the bow. After doing that, I don't know, I think that's going to be it for the League for me. But yeah, this should be enough to respec. Thank you for the castaway. So let's just go respec and see what it looks like. We're also going to need to equip the bow gear. Okay, the bow, of course. By the way, guys, I don't know if I showed this already on stream. I got this Megalo recently. This is a 3 mod crit chance Megalo. This is pretty much the best Megalo I've seen for a martial build. It's 70% crit damage and 25% crit chance in total. It's pretty insane, so I'll be using that. As for the rest of the jewels, just let me find them. I think we need... Do I already have this enabled? I do not already have this equipped. Where did I put it? Oh, right. It's right here. We're going to be using Tabula as well as this other stuff right here. I think we also will be able to do a few swaps, considering we now have this Megalo. But either way, let's just get to it. Okay. Is that enough? I think we're still missing a few points that we need to get somehow. Particularly, I think it's optimal to path this way. Okay. So we have 66 points. We can obviously get these nodes right here. And I think now we can actually work on figuring out the build and what it's going to look like. So this is the jewel. we're gonna want to get every single one of these. How much decks do we need? Definitely need more. Yeah, we do definitely need more decks. The tree actually did not register, which is weird, but I guess we deal with it. Let's see if we have enough points first. So, decks, and just grab every node. This does need us to path there, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. I'm Giga invested for some reason. That's good to hear. I'm glad you are. Also, we actually could get this in case we need accuracy, which is interesting for sure. We don't need that. Press apply point first. Let's bug it that way. I'll keep that in mind. We do actually need to path here for brutality. Do we have every gaze? Not yet. We need to path here, which is a bit annoying, but we'll deal with it. So, we have every copy of gaze and both brutalities. So let's just see what this looks like right now. Still need 10 more decks. Is it better to path 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is better to path here. So let's put on the bow. And let's put on the quiver. Let's put on lightning arrow. What is the crit chance? 50% right now. What is it missing? First of all, it's badly divined. Second of all, we can get more tribute. So let's just do that. I think because of the fact that the jewel is now lower on the tree, it might be worth pathing down towards this side. Missing int. I don't think we care currently. So let's put a few more jewels. Put this on. Alright, we have one here. Let's also just put on all the tabular jewels. In here, I think we actually could put an Against the Darkness with Walker of the Wilds. That would actually be really good. Oh, actually we cannot do that because we need Zealot's Oath to get this. Yeah, can't do that, sadly. Although it might still be worth it to get an ATD here. It's quite cheap to get a lot of gain. So let's see. Let's max out our tribute first. Okay. So our current crit chance is 95-63. I was actually correct. We are crit capped without using without tier 1 crit. It's worth keeping in mind also. Actually, let's look at accuracy. Is our Oh my god, wait, our accuracy is horrible. Where's the guy that was telling us about accuracy earlier? I think he may have been right. The fuck? 5%? Is it possible to spice things up with heroic tragedy? It's actually not, because this jewel is timeless, or rather it's historic. You can only have one of these socketed, so you cannot do that, sadly. Let's actually take a look at this. Okay, so crit chance 95. Okay, so no breakpoint there. So we can put this on. Wait, what? My god. That is so much accuracy. What the fuck is that? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Um, huh. That's interesting. Accuracy may actually be a relevant stat to us, potentially. It would be really funny if it is. In the meantime, can we somehow get over here? Because getting battle trance would be really relevant. I suppose the fact that if we get tier 1 crit, it would mean that we can spend less points. It's probably not super optimal to do that though. But yeah, if we get tier 1, we can path here and here and get battle trance as well. And that saves us an anoint on Blood of Rage. Where is the accuracy? That's what I'm saying. Like, what the hell? 5% chance to hit. Actually, keep in mind, this has we have tier 1 accuracy on this bow. We have an extra 600 accuracy for no reason. This is gonna get deleted, obviously, as soon as we finish crafting, but either way, I guess that goes to show that in the end we need tier 1. So back to the mines we go. Guys, does anyone believe we'll actually find tier 1 crit chance before 2 arrows this time? We're actually very favored. We've already bricked twice. The odds of breaking 3 times in a row are very low, because it's a 50-50. So we failed a 25, oh, we failed a 50-50 and another 50-50. So currently we're at 25% chance of having failed. If we fail again, it will be 12%. There's no way that happens again, right? So Okay, first of all, let me unbind rolling. And we go again. How long have I been live, by the way? God damn. Okay. Little under 3 hours. Gambler's fallacy doesn't exist. Exactly. You're absolutely correct. There's no such thing. I've never heard of it in my life. Just gotta keep going. No way around it. We're out of chaos. So we just gotta get some more. We're also gonna be out of whittles anytime now. That's gonna be a pain. That was close. Dude, thank God it's not 2 arrows. That would be so rough if it was. Does it make sense to use the perfect chaos? Let's actually check. I didn't bother checking, but I don't think it does. So with 35 item level minimum, the weight pool is 2300 or 23k. With 50, it is 14k. Considering Perfect Chaos is probably 3 times more expensive. Yeah, actually even more than 3 times more expensive. It is definitely not worth it. We've already melted a mirror, by the way. We may have to melt another mirror, unfortunately. It's currently not looking too great. Please, just give me the crit chance. Why I'm here to watch you craft a mirror. Tier 2 again. No, let's just equip this. Yeah, realistically speaking, we are gonna be at 100% crit chance with tier 2. So, in theory, it doesn't matter that much, especially considering it's gonna be much higher on this side since we can overroll it with a Sank. But yeah, being able to remove some of these points and go over here is probably worth it. So I was here for 1-2. The pain of Omen of Light hurt me to this day. Oh, don't you even worry. This next Chaos Orb is gonna be +2 arrows, and then we're gonna have to 50-50 the projectile skills, and then we're gonna lose it, and then we're gonna spend another like 300 whittles to get it back. Okay, thankfully it was not the case. I can't make this up. Guys, I cannot make this up. How much is a lock? How much is one lock? Are you confident you can craft it? I mean, I definitely have the currency. It's just, it's being a pain in the ass right now. We're already insanely unlucky so far. This is the third time it bricked. Mathematically, it's only gonna brick once on average, but it already happened 3 times, so. Alright, well, may have to. It's not worth locking, honestly. We did the math. It's better to do it this way. So first of all, let me move all this stuff out of the way. Lock 50-50. No, it's a lock deletes the 50-50. The lock is there so that we don't have to do the 50-50. If we fail the 50-50, we lose 900 div on average. If we lock, we 0.02% of the time lose 650 div, and 99.98% of the time we just get rid of the +2. Honestly, buying a lock is also just gonna cost me so much currency that it's gonna be a pain in the ass to just do because of gold. I'm gonna need another fucking castaway actually to melt another mirror if this fails. Okay. Surely we win one 50-50, right? Surely. Okay. We won a 50-50. We did it. We won one 50-50. Now all we need to do is win one more 50-50. It either rolls crit or it doesn't. Okay, it didn't. And now we keep whittling. Dude, I was about to say, if that was +2, I would be so done. I would be so over this craft. Can you stop being attribute requirements? Like, damn, alright, I get it. My quiver is red, but you don't have to be that outspoken about it. Tier 3. That's another 50 whittles down the drain. Let me maybe just get rid of some of these jawbones. I clench every time I see +1 arrow. Dude, same. It is the ops. You know, we thought accuracy would be the ops of this stream, but accuracy is not the ops. It might become the ops later on. It may sound superstitious, but I think you should change your hideout. Alright. You guys want to see something funny? Let me show you my hideout. Take a look at this. You guys notice that? Do you guys notice anything? Does anyone think that they can actually reach Angie? Because I guarantee you I can't. She's being crushed by Atsiri thighs. I'd be so pissed if you had something for sale that I wanted. I know, right? I mean, the idea was actually that I could list something that is super expensive for like super cheap and just watch people not be able to get it. Sadly, it didn't really work. They just spawned on her, but it's kind of fun to think about. Anyway, let's... Oh, we need Dextrol. Let's whittle again. Surely we get the crit chance. Surely. So the issue is we're out of chaos and we need to reach Angie. So actually we can still do this in this hideout, right? Just need to move her right here. Dude, how many whittles down are we? Like, holy shit. What are the odds of this again? Like, 35 item level. We're blocking 850 and 875. 850 plus 875 is 1725. Let me actually visualize the odds for you guys as well. So our weight pool is 23, 375 minus 1725. So 21,650 by 125 is 173.2. I'll donate right now. I don't think I have donations enabled. I'm not sure how to do that. Like, to be completely honest, I have not figured out how to monetize YouTube. I'm not super concerned with it right now, but yeah, I don't know how to do that, basically, so no donor for you. Anyway, this pretty much just means that we need 173 whittles. We are well over that, but all that's left to do is keep going, I guess. So, yeah. Rub the bow on Angie. How much are the chess pieces worth? Depends on which one you're talking about, I guess. If you mean this, it's not that expensive. The jewels in it are pretty expensive though. Let's see if rubbing it on Angie will give us crit chance. Primed for tier 1 crit. I can't make this shit up. Get me out. Get me the fuck out. What's the waypoint? You know, guys, I'm not a superstitious guy, right? I don't believe in superstitions. I'm a fucking atheist. But every time, right? Like whenever we complain after like 2 hours of bullshit RNG, is just like it just happens. And then my dad owns GGG. Okay, that makes sense. Mod the kanji. How do I do that? Add as moderator. You know what? Sure, you can be a mod for that. All right. So there's our quiver, or there's a bow rather. Now all that is left to do is Omen of Light, annul the accuracy. Where is the quiver effect? It is a Kergal mod, so we're using Black Blood Omen. We are gonna use a reroll, cause no reason not to. Bro ascended to modhood. I mean, he deserves it. Time for the fourth socket. Maybe. Maybe fourth socket, maybe sank. We will see. Honestly, I will need so much gold to get locks right now that I think I may save locking it for the video or something else because I'm really hungry. I might just go here first of all. I might try to get gold anyway and lock it now, potentially. I might divine it a bit now. Also, first of all, before I forget, thank you all for sticking around. I'm now gonna show you something, and by show you something, I mean we're gonna vol these helmets. These helmets are the sacrifice that I prepared for this video. We already voled a few of them earlier to bless the RNG gods, but these are minion helmets. They are fully crafted. They have double life, strength implicit, or strength explicit, tier 1 strength, and 8% spear reservation. They're also all double socket exceptionals. We are hoping for tier 1, or not tier 1, we're hoping for +1 minion skills vol implicit. The odds of that happening are, let me quickly pull them up. As you can see, the vol outcome is a 1 in 9, because there's 9 outcomes and they're not weighted. It's not actually a 1 in 9, because 1/3 of the time, you're gonna get a third socket, and 1/3 of the time, you're gonna get a mod change, like the mods will warp. So it's actually a 1 in 27 to get the +1 minion skills. It's 2 in 27 to get Spirit as well, but we don't care about Spirit as much. But Spirit is still really good. Don't forget to rub Angie. Number 2 and 4 get +1. 2 and 4. These are the worst ones, funnily enough. Everything else is like all tier 1. These are sitting here at like tier 3 life. But you may be right, you know, like, okay, let's start with that. Let's rub Angie. Let's see. Okay, that's not it. It didn't break though. Let's save number 4. Let's do number 1. Third socket. Not bad. Not bad indeed. I'm just backseat side gambaing. I mean, if we get a +1, then I have to hand it to you. The robbing trick will just I'll just be, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so let's save the +4. Let's actually not rob Angie with this one. Let's only rob Angie with the 4th one since you said so. So let's do this one right here, Skull Veil. Surely we get +1 skills. It bricked. Oof. Any believers in... Actually, let's maybe do this after, because this is like max rolled. Any believers in the glyph crown? You will give me 100 div, you will hit +1. What if it bricks? Do I get 100 div back? Question mark? Been doing the robbing since PoE 1 Breach League. Okay, well. Let's see if we can do it without the robbing. 3rd socket, not bad. It is profit. Right, so these are the last 2. This one, supposedly if we rob it, we're gonna get +1 minion skills. So we're gonna rob it. No, maybe we rob it on Doriani. I guess as profit. To be fair, we're getting a lot of 3rd sockets. This is way more than average, so. Okay, so no robbing trick on this one. I think this is gonna be it. This is the best rolled one so far. It also has rarity, which is not super important, but I mean, it's there. Angie backdoor. Okay. 3 to 1. Go. Oh, so close. We hit the 1 in 3, but not the 1 in 9. We got life regen. Unfortunate. The elusive +1 skill helmet eludes me to this day. So many of them are just sitting in here. I'm gonna need more tabs for this actually. Like damn. What's a man supposed to do? Maybe let's list this for cheaper. 100 div, sure. Is it dead? It's not dead, but it's not +1. 1 in 9 and 1 in 3. Yeah, as I said, it's 1 in 27. To be fair, we've done way more than 27 helmets, as you can see. Like, the numbers are adding up. Surely we're due to hit one, but not yet, it seems. Oh well. Either way, let's put this back on and see. Are we crit capped? We are crit capped. We're crit capped without even... This is like a minimum roll, by the way. So let's go to Doriani. Let's actually unallocate some tribute. Okay. I think with a max roll, we're definitely crit capped, even with like a lot less tribute, so... To be fair, we should definitely pick this up, so... A bit of thinking that needs to be done. And also we don't need these. Like what, why is this here? Props to Angie. Props to you, dude. What the other guy said. Okay, what is our crit chance now? So currently we're sitting at 90% crit chance with serviceable accuracy, I guess. Obviously, this is not done yet. We're still missing sockets. We're still missing like an anoint on this. Maybe I could even remake the amulet and get accuracy on it. That's a consideration. Also, we're missing some crit nodes, so if I need, I could always get those. In the meantime, however, let's grab some sockets right here. And let's go grab Battle Trance. We also have a lot of strength that is just not completely necessary at all. So could turn that into accuracy by turning it into dex. So what does it look like if I remove just enough points to get Battle Trance? Let's see. Actually, what does it look like if I remove a gaze? Let's see what that looks like. Oh, okay. Gaze is like 10% crit chance. That's a bit too much to lose, I think. Okay. So let's just do this and that. By the way, oh, this is actually free, isn't it? You're the best hideout warrior I've seen so far. You know, that is a interesting compliment. I will take it as a compliment, obviously. Thank you, by the way. But I don't think I've seen someone call me a hideout warrior in a positive light before, which is interesting to think about. By the way, I just want to say, I'm not really a hideout warrior, guys. Like, I may be spending all my time in hideout, but I'm still level 100. You know, if you go on the if you go on the PoE ladder, I am still spot number 40 on it. So just take that as you will, right here. But I will give it to you that I do spend most of my time in hideout after reaching 100. $267 million Comet. We can do better, honestly. We can certainly do better. But yeah. You're smart, at least you make divs. Honestly, I've been losing divs by doing craft like this, but I mean, what else am I gonna spend them on, right? But yeah, I do make divs for the most part with what I do. Like in the end, most of it is profit crafting. It's just I'm doing stupid crafting now just to get cool items that just don't really exist. On PoE Ninja, I think you're number 1 DPS. I am actually. I am in fact, but that is a fake build. It is just a PoB Ninja Warrior build. I was thinking I might make content out of that as well. Just to show how different a real build than a fake build for inflated PoB numbers looks like. Are you piecing out your Comet gear? Kinda. I'm just leaving it here. How long did 99 to 100 take you? It took me about 1 week, but I also took my time. What was I saying? Number 1 is in fact good, inflated or not. For content, it's definitely good. Main hand crit chances, okay. So, yeah, so currently every 2 points here are 10% crit chance. Our accuracy is serviceable, surprisingly. We have an Amulet Anoint that's available to be used. And I could get Blood of Rage right here. With 2, I need 5 points. So I need to remove 3. Which is doable. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it. This is the bow. It is good enough, in fact. And our crit bonus. Oh, also I should use the sockets. For those that may be surprised, I'm gonna use Tikaba Soul Cores in it. I know it's a weird choice, but trust me, it's gonna be optimal. This is a small number, by the way. It's gonna increase much more in the like full setup. Can't you fix accuracy with Precision Support Gem? Yeah, I can. I absolutely can. That is a real thing I could do. That's why I'm saying that accuracy is serviceable. If it's like 87%, it's definitely serviceable from here because there's a lot of things that can be done. For example, as you see, a lot of these nodes are just strength from the Blood Mage setup, like not Blood Mage Infernalist. I could switch them over to Dexterity, and Dex gives accuracy, +8 per 1 Dex. So basically we get 40 accuracy per Dex node. We can get like 500 accuracy by just allocating Dex instead of Strength. So yeah, honestly, it's pretty much done. Accuracy is not an issue. Crit chance is also not an issue after we divine this. In fact, I'm gonna throw a few divs at it right now, just to take a look. This is most likely gonna be wasted since we will be sanctifying it, but it's not that many, and I just want to have it look good, you know? That's a decent roll. So what does it look like now? Yeah. Definitely enough. Can I have a look at your Undying Hate? 5% accuracy at first sight killed me though. I mean, it killed me too. That was really funny. Kind of bad, but yeah, it was funny to see. This is the Undying Hate. It is the socket, or the SID number rather, is 8949. And it is on this socket right here, right under delayed gratification. It has 5 copies of Derogatory Gaze. Each one of them gives 5% critical hit chance per 10 tribute. And it also has 2 copies of Unfiltered Brutality, which is 8% attack damage per 10 tribute. It also does have Dark Vision, so it kind of helps with the accuracy. It does not have any Lord of Darkness, but yeah. 8949. Some other really good Undying Hates I have are these. So this one right here is the one I was using in my video. This is 3 Brutality and 3 Gaze. The only issue is that it's in a bit of an inconvenient spot since it removes Struck Through. This one, I believe, is also Is this one also? Yeah, this one is 3 gaze as well. Wait, is it? Oh, it's 2 gaze, and actually I think this is the wrong. I think this is in the wrong spot. Actually, yeah, I think this one 5003 goes right here. I'm pretty sure. I think this one goes here. This one has 2 brutality. Okay, this one does not go here. Never mind. What the hell? Am I tripping? One of these definitely goes here though. Never mind. Maybe I'm just tripping. I swear I had one that was like 3 gaze and 3 brutality on this one. What does gaze do? So, derogatory gaze is an abyss notable. It gives you 5% attack critical hit chance per 10 tribute. You can get tribute by allocating conquered passive nodes, which are these. You get them in the radius of the jewel. Basically, having a lot of these means that your critical hit chance is going to be very, very high. There's also Unfiltered Brutality, which does the same thing for attack damage, making it very, very high. But yeah. Let me put this back. So 22122 is really good. 8949 is what I'm using. I don't. Oh yeah, 5003 is also really good. These, I'm pretty sure they are good, but I don't know where they go. So I'm just gonna give this at 100 each. Because if I can't figure out where they're supposed to go, then it's a bit of an issue. Oh yeah, also, by the way guys, we forgot to take a look at the crit chance with the Megalo, because the Megalo does give crit chance. Wait, what? Oh, we actually do have it equipped. Never mind. How to get that thing? You need to divine until the right number. Yes, you need to divine it until you get the correct number. Getting any specific one you want is about a 1 in 30,000. So honestly, if you want a copy of this jewel, I would recommend you just mirror it. I would mirror it for you if you want it. Like if you give me a mirror, I'll just mirror it for you, but I don't think the odds are in your favor to find a good one. I've spent thousands of divs rolling this, and this is the best one I found so far. I still want a better one, but it's just so painful to roll these. But yeah, you need to divine it and check every socket every time. That's basically how you do it. There's no other way. Yes, those numbers do have thousands of possibilities. Anyway, we did Val the helmets. So yeah, we also made the bow. I might be on later to sanctify it if I get enough gold to convert mirrors to do it. I may just not. We will see. I may just lock it to get a 4th socket. Haven't really decided what to do with it yet. So I was planning to just sanctify, but it took so long to get here that now I just want to eat. Like, it's been 3 hours of whittling, so yeah. Good stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully next time we can get the elusive +1 minion skills helmet. Surely we do. And yeah, I'm gonna log off now and see you all in the next one. GG guys.